Welcome back to Pure Accelerate 2026. We're streaming live in Las Vegas. I'm Alison Kosik, joined alongside by Christophe, Bertrand, and we are about to dig into some IT challenges that may erupt during the AI revolution.
Absolutely, and we'll talk about AI infrastructure. We have two great speakers for this.
Yeah, let me bring them in. We've got Hope Galley, the Vice President of America's Partner Sales with Everpure. Welcome to theCUBE.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, great for you to be here. And Justin Field, Technical Solutions Architect with Worldwide Technology. And welcome to theCUBE as well.
Thank you very much.
Talk me through the roles that you have at each of your companies. First, Justin, go ahead.
Yeah, as a technical solutions architect, I'm on a team that's kind of an overlay for the company to help our field sellers as they come across different technical needs from the customers. So I focus on the storage space, and so we get brought in to help with their challenges around whether it's regular enterprise data needs or AI as well. And so not just myself, I'm backed by a great team across all the different verticals, all the different players that we cover, and just try to help our customers make the right decision in a speedy and timely fashion.
And Hope, your role at Everpure.
So I lead the America's Partner Organization at Everpure, which consists of thousands of partners who lean in with us, not just around hardware, but also around services. And in particular, I'm thrilled to be here with Justin today. Worldwide was just named our Global Partner of the Year. Oh. So the work that Justin and his team has done over the past year has just been outstanding. So really thrilled to be here today with them.
Oh, that's great. Justin, let me ask you this. The infrastructure conversation has certainly changed. Enterprises, they aren't just buying performance or capacity today. They're aiming to get their infrastructure AI ready. How are you seeing that shift play out in the Americas market?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely changed from what we're used to, right? I mean, not only is everything kind of evolving fast and changing rapidly, but it's kind of gone away from the, what's just the fastest I can get and at a certain price, but can my whole infrastructure support it? All the way from the data centers to enough power and space and cooling, to what does the supply chain market look like, just because of just the volatility that we're in right now with the market and the demands, and just be able to, how they work together, even internally, to be able to put together systems that can help support the AI infrastructures.
Hope, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think it's definitely changed. I think more than any other time in the market, our partners are having to look across the ecosystem. So not just be a storage player or a network player or a security player, but truly sell into that C-suite, that line of business. We've been talking about that, as you know, for decades, selling to the line of business. And I think now we're at the transition point where that is more important than ever, that CEOs and lines of business are expecting partners such as Worldwide Technology to understand their business needs and be able to sell cross-functionally.
This is a great conversation. We had this discussion about personas with a couple of folks already, and I'm very curious about it, coming from the product side and also the marketing side. Obviously, you've mentioned the personas have changed. Now you're talking to the CISO, not just the CIO, not just the storage guy or gal. It's really a much broader conversation. Of course, AI is changing the nature of the conversation. Now you have maybe a chief data officer as well. So question to both of you. How are you changing the way you operate? I will start with you, Justin, in terms of how do you build your teams differently? Do you sell differently? Do you have a skill set that you're looking for now in the people you hire to be able to really have those pretty broad conversations about the business, not just about storage?
Yeah, no, that's a great question. Like I said, we've had to evolve. Not only have we went out and found the best people, but also internally the people that have wanted to adapt their skills. And these areas have changed, to be able to cover these areas, whether it's around the intelligence part of it, whether it's just around the speed of AI, however that means. And what we've seen, right, is a lot of the problem is the data being ready to be able to get intelligence from and to be able to get some value from it. And so being able to have those conversations and just kind of navigate around that with our customers to be able to know what they have and how they can get some value from it.
And I hope, my question for you would be, well, okay, so how do you enable partners to do this? It's going to be an interesting opportunity and challenge to change maybe your make some programs evolve, get new trainings out there, get new solutions built with the partners. How is it changing your life?
Yeah, I think it's definitely changing, and it's changing at a pace that we've never seen before. I've been doing this for over 30 years, and what we're seeing now is our partners who are being more consultative, those who have really leaned into services, to life cycle. Again, things that we've always talked about and kind of been the afterthought is now becoming in the forefront. And I think having that capability to be consultants, to be those that understand the lines of business, not beyond storage, beyond data, but truly trying to solve those problems. And so we're coming up with programs, we're coming up with training, we're doing seminar series, we're doing more C-level events than we've probably ever done before, just around business, not talking about product, believe it or not.
Yeah, I used to joke that, having started in the backup space and storage space many, many years ago, you would not be invited in the C-suite at all. I mean, you are definitely not necessarily persona. You're a bit of a persona non grata. Now that's not the case. Now you absolutely want to be in those conversations. So if you think about the C-level conversation, and maybe Justin, I'd like to get your perspective. You're obviously looking at the technical aspects and how you architect the solution. How is it that you can easily communicate to maybe a non-technical executive what you're actually proposing or building, and why the technology choices, specifically Everpure, why is that the right choice for my business? Why should I trust this choice? How do you sell that? How do you explain it?
Yeah, you definitely don't focus as much on the speeds and feeds as you used to, right? Everything used to be kind of a drag race, and then that was the way you'd go about it. Now it's really more about, again, trying to get that value from the data, the time to market, how do we de-risk those purchases and those investments, and that's definitely where the investments that Worldwide has made around things like our Advanced Technology Center, our AI Proving Grounds, and our integration centers is to help our customers not only take a gamble on something that might be net new, because again, we know things are evolving and changing fast, but to be able to actually put it to pace at scale to prove it out, so then they can, again, not have to worry about that they made this large investment and it's not going to be ready for them.
Yeah. Do you have any thoughts? Oh, jump in.
No, I think Justin nailed it. I think every CIO or CEO knows that they should be an AI. Right? But what does that mean? Everybody says I should be an AI, but what does that mean? What business case? What can AI solve for them? So I think partners such as Worldwide and others leaning into consultative services, looking at what is the problem, understanding the need is more important than ever. Because in the past we'd come in and say, oh, you have a data issue or you have a storage issue, let's give you more storage. We love to sell product. But now the C-level knows that they need to get in there, and the more that you have a consultative approach, those are the ones who are going to win.
Scaling AI requires more than performance-raising needs for physical build-out, security, governance, and more. What are non-negotiable data infrastructure attributes that you believe every enterprise requires before they can confidently call an AI deployment production ready? And both of you can have a stab at it.
You go ahead and take it first.
Yeah, I mean, I touched a little bit on it before, right? Just the underlying infrastructure, the facilities, right? There's a lot of those things that, again, if they're not in place, no matter what you buy, it's not going to work, right? And we're talking, we already know that there's shortage of power, space cooling that's needed. But the rest of it, a lot of this, those talks have switched over to just the data preparation. And is the data even clean that no matter what you buy, will it actually give you good value from it because your data isn't curated and contextualized and ready to be able to do it? Do you even know how much data you have? So a lot of our talks that our experts have been having with the customers is to make sure that the data is ready for it. So that way, when they do make that investment, they have proven it out, they are then ready to quickly and get it implemented and start using it internally to help just advance their business.
Yeah. And I think to that point, I think the announcements that we made here around Everpure data intelligence is so important, because it does take things to that next level of understanding this is what my data is, and allows us as partners to be able to give back credible evidence of what's really happening and not happening. Because I think sometimes we have that human element of thinking something is happening that isn't, or we're not aware of something. So I think outside of just power, cooling, all of those nice foundational, really sexy lines of business are important, but also understanding the business need and really digging into it with some of the things like Everpure data intelligence is important.
Yeah.
Right, I have to believe that data intelligence is really going to morph the way you approach your business now for the very points you've just made. Clearly there's a compliance conversation. it's nice to know where your data is. It's even nicer to know that you can actually use it or not use it for AI. To me, it feels like it's fundamentally changing, as a partner, your ability to be very strategic when maybe before you were helping with infrastructure, now you're actually squarely helping with the business and you're giving them the benefit of compliance in a process.
Yeah, absolutely. And the old saying the old saying goes, right? Garbage in, garbage out, right? Thing. So a lot of times prior, we're doing the best we can to figure out what data they have where, right? And a lot of times it's not only what data you have, but how many copies of that data as well. And that's where some like the Everpure data intelligence comes in to not only help with that discovery, that compliance, that governance, but helping to know what you have where to get it ready for then when you do want to run your AI against it and be able to start doing things like the RAG, retrieval augmented generation piece, right?
Absolutely.
So, Hope, quick question for you on Evergreen. One, obviously it's the top differentiator. It has been for a while. How does it play out with partners? Why is it so critical? And especially in the light or in the context of this crazy AI thing that's happening.
Yeah. Well, I think it's interesting because EG1 right now, or Evergreen 1, we talk a lot about how it's going to help us get through the supply chain challenges that we're having. But it wasn't created for that. It was really created for the flexibility of a customer to consume it the way they want to consume and allow them to grow. And so from a partner perspective, it's great because it helps them protect the investment that the customer has made with them, and then it also helps them add on services and continue to grow the Evergreen One footprint. So it helps them become stickier with that customer, and then as a benefit, become more valuable to that customer as a business partner. So although it looks like a great decision because of supply chain, it's really about the needs of the customer and helping it be an easy format for them to move forward with their storage solutions.
Hope, paint us a picture of what winning looks like. What does a customer who has successfully moved from AI pilot to production have in place, and what did Everpure and WWT do together to get them there?
Yeah, I think a customer who is what we're going to call a success or a success metrics is a customer who understands their data, who knows what's out there, who knows how to utilize their data, and also understands where it's stored and where it's not, so that they can build a plan for AI today. And as we know, AI, as we call it tomorrow, who knows, it will be something different, right? So success is really meeting those business needs of understanding your data, understanding what's out there, understanding what needs that you need to have to get to that data, and a customer who's satisfied with the outcome. I mean, we've worked together. I've worked with Worldwide for 30 years, and so it's been a long partnership, and together we've done some really great things.
What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I would say Everpure has been a phenomenal partner for us, right? And not only, I mentioned some of the things around our AI Proving Ground that helps de-risk it, right? So we've been able to get the latest technology from them to allow the customers to get their hands on. So as they're ready to, to get it, to scale it from kind of pilot to production, right? To make sure that is going to be just a successful project for them. And it kind of tying just back to the last one around the EG1, three things that WWT is kind of always focused on, right? Is that speed to decide, that speed to deploy, and that speed to adopt. And so again, in the market we're in right now, we're kind of limited based on when we can get supplies. And so through EG1 and through those commitments that they have, it definitely helps us as well to help our customers meet the challenges or meet the timelines they have, so they can start getting things into production and start using the data they've got.
Yeah.
Without getting into necessarily specific customers, do you see some verticals or some businesses in general, some parts of the economy adopting faster or going faster from pilot to production?
Yeah, I mean, we cover a wide range of it. So I've seen anywhere from service providers to the FSIs. I mean, everybody right now, right, is like Hope said before. Everybody's got an AI project they're working on. Some of the early ones didn't necessarily know what they wanted to do, but they had budget. And now we're finding more as things have slowed down because of the supply chains, they're more saying, all right, I need to put together a TCO and an ROI to actually figure out what am I going to do, what do I need and what am I going to be able to do with it. So I'm making that investment that's smart at the right time just because of the fluctuations. So.
Hope, what are customers asking for today that nobody was asking for a year ago?
Wow, that's a great question. One is clarity. I think clarity is a big thing around AI right now. I think that is coming up. The buzzword thing is not enough any longer. They're really asking, because everyone's saying, I have an AI solution. So I think customers are saying, how are you going to help me with AI, and give me the facts behind that on how you're going to help, versus, the other things that we've went through the industry where it's just been, give me a product that'll fix, my Y2K problems I'm going to have or whatever. So that's definitely different. I think the other thing that customers are asking for right now, and I think, Charlie Giancarlo, our CEO, with his open letter around supply chain and our pricing strategy, they're asking for clarity. True communication and clarity. So we're signaling to the market, what we think is going to happen around NAND, we think is going to happen moving forward, and we're just trying to be clear as kind as we can.
Yeah.
And that's really what our customers are asking for. They're asking for a clear message, and our partners are asking for that too.
I have a question about the heart of your function and your job at Everpure, which is obviously the profile of partners is changing.
Oh.
It has to. What are you looking for in a partner today versus maybe what you were before?
Yeah.
And that's question one. And the sub-question is, how did WWT become Partner of the Year? What did they do specially that got your attention? And
We're definitely moving from storage will always be our foundation, and those partners who sell storage will always be, the heart of who we are at Everpure. But we're looking for partners who can sell bigger and cross-functionally. So in data management, in cybersecurity, in governance, and those partners who can pull it all together. So it's not just an Everpure worldwide decision, it's a Everpure, WWT, our alliance partners, their services built on top of it. So we're really looking for partners who are leaning in beyond storage. So partners who may not be in the storage right now, but who may be ISVs or app developers or really into data mining, those are going to be the next gen of partners that we're going to be looking to work with. And luckily, Worldwide Technologies is a partner who's built across it. They have the AI proving ground and their capabilities that have allowed them to have some really key wins with us over the last year.
Wonderful, great conversation. Thanks so much for stopping by theCUBE, we really appreciate it.
Well, we appreciate the time.
Thank you very much.
And you're watching theCUBE, the leader in live technology coverage and in-depth tech analysis. We'll be right back.